I have a 2006 Chevrolet Cobalt 2.2. I've been having trouble. The TCM, lost communication with TCM. The speedometer didn't work. Transmission would not shift. I was sitting there with blinkers on, having to drive it home, like 4,000 or 5,000 RPMs. Wouldn't shift. The locks were going on and off. And I put the OBD meter onto it, said it lost communication. So before I freaked out, I looked online, and everyone said to go right here, pull this off, one-handed, and run a bolt and a wire, and go from here to there to go and ground it. I said, nah, I'm not going to do that. So this is what solved mine. And maybe it'll fix yours too. So what I did, I went and did like everyone said, traced the wires, didn't find anything. And yes, that will cut wires right here. This is what everyone was talking about. But I traced all the wires, looked at it. It looks bad, but it's alright. Alright, two places that I did take sandpaper. This is your main ground. If you look right here, this is your oil filter, right? Now if you go right down, follow it down, you see that right there? There are multiple wires that are all grounded to the block of the motor. Well, there's a second wire, a black, like thick wire right here. It runs up, it runs right here. It goes underneath the driver's side. See if I can turn the light on. Right there, you see this one? Sorry for shaking, but it goes up and it goes to a bolt just underneath this headlight, your driver's side headlight. You have to take this off, take the whole headlight, take it completely off. You'll see a hole, and you can put the socket onto it, take it off, because that's the only way you can take that bolt off. You have to take this off. I cleaned that one, and I cleaned this one. This one is a ground also. It's right here by your windshield wiper fluid. There's also a ground underneath the coolant that I did not touch because I didn't want to have to take everything apart, but there's one right underneath here. Sorry. See if you can see it. See it? It's right there on the driver's side. You can also try to clean that one. These are the only grounds that I know of. And I did that. I checked everything, rode it up and down the road, started it multiple times, and I'm not getting any codes. So try that instead of trying to, ground from here to there. It might work, it might not. So, but if it's lost communication, you don't have a ground or something, a wire's cut. In my case, it was a ground. So, and like I said, all that is, it's multiple ground wires to a bolt that goes behind it to a wire, and that's main ground is right here on the driver's side. It goes right there, goes underneath, and it connects behind this one, right beside the oil filter. So maybe that'll help you. Like I said, take some sandpaper, sand the contacts. As far as I know, it's a bad ground, and I should be good. I'm gonna take it for a spin. I've already done it, but I'm gonna do it again. Started it multiple times. I've disconnected the battery, put the battery back on, and everything's good. She'll shift, it starts and drives smooth, and yeah. So start there. Like I said, I was close to going on eBay and buying a remanufactured. You had to give them a VIN number and everything else. But I was looking online, they said that that should last the lifetime of the vehicle. So, and if it's losing communication, it's a wiring problem. So even if you did change that, it's still not going to fix the ground. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, look at your ground points. That's really that's the main one right there. That wire and goes to the chassis there, and you got one up here and one underneath there. So, and you can always check your fuses. I checked all of my fuses and they were good. There's a 50 amp in the back in the trunk, but that was good. And if it blows a 50 amp, you got more issues than this. So alright, there you go. Chevy Cobalt TCM, no communication. Hope that helped. And I don't know.